Hola, buenos dias. So for this video, I'm going to try and give you some quick instruction on direct object pronouns in Spanish. And if you want to stick around, you'll have an opportunity to practice the concept as well. On the screen here, you can see a document. If you want this document so that you can follow along, take notes, do the practice activity, there's a link in the description of the video. You click that link, open it up, and then you can print it off. And it's 2 pages. Keep in mind, though, that the second page has the answers to the practice activity we're going to do. So if you want to hold off on printing that off or looking at it, then I would recommend that. So first of all, also, when you open up this the link, if you do that, these right here will be live links, and they can take you to other videos in which I teach this again as well and give different examples, different practice activities, just if you want some more. So right here on the paper, we have some direct object pronouns. And what direct object pronouns are, if say you're probably an English speaker, but they are pronouns, which are words that replace nouns. That's hence the pro is for and noun. And they are the nouns that directly receive the action of the verb. So for example, if I say, I make the video is my direct object noun. I can change that to a pronoun in English to the word it. So I make it is using a direct object pronoun. It is being the direct object pronoun. So we're going to look at these sentences. We're going to find the things that are directly receiving the action of the verb, and we're going to change them to one of these 8 different pronouns. So may is me. So an example for that would be like, do you see me? Me would be the direct object pronoun because I am receiving the action of the verb to see. With te, I could say like, I'm speaking to you, and you would be the direct object pronoun because you're receiving the action of the speaking. Hopefully you kind of get the idea. So I'm going to move down here just a little bit and show you some examples. Okay, so for the examples, I have 8. I have one for each of the pronouns just so you can see each one in action. And for 4 of the 8, I went ahead and wrote a sentence and then changed the sentence so that it would have a direct object pronoun in it. It's kind of harder to do it with some of them, and maybe you'll see why. If not, it's not a big deal. So let's go and look at number 1. Number 1 says, I prepare the dinner. So I'm going to change it to say that I prepare it. So the pronoun for it is either going to be lo or la, and since cena is feminine, I'm going to make it la. So the new sentence is yo la preparo. Now, in Spanish, unlike English, you have to put the pronoun before the conjugated verb. So the conjugated verb is preparo, so I'm going to put it in front of that. Next sentence is te hablo. So in this sentence, hablo is I speak or I'm speaking. Te is my direct object pronoun for you. So the sentence is like saying, I am speaking to you. Notice again that the te, the direct object pronoun, is in front of the conjugated verb. So go ahead and look at number 3. It's ella hizo el pastel, so she made the cake. So I'm going to make it, she made it. So it, again, is the word lo or la. El pastel is masculine, so I'll choose the masculine one, which is lo. Ella lo hizo. Notice it's in front of the conjugated verb hizo. Number 5. Did I skip number 3? I think I skipped number 3. Number 3 is a question. Me escuchas? So escuchas is you listen, but in the question it's going to be, are you listening? And me is me. So are you listening to me is the question. Notice the me is in front of the conjugative verb. Escuchas? Are you listening to me? All right, so we're on number 5 now. This is another question. ¿Por qué nos miras? So this is something maybe some kids might ask an adult, but why are you watching us? So notice that the miras is the verb, so you, why are you watching? And then nos, we are receiving the action of the verb. So I'm going to put that into pronoun, put it in front of the verb. ¿Por qué nos miras? Número 6, perdón. Os is the direct object pronoun for vosotros, which is the Spain, you plural. So the sentence is llamé, which is I called, and who am I calling, or who did I call? I called you guys. So I'll put that os in front of the verb. Os llamé anoche. I called you guys last night. Number 7, miré los programas ayer. So I watched the programs yesterday. Los programas, I'm going to change it to the word them. Them is either los or las as a direct object pronoun. Since programas is masculine, just a little note, most, if not all, nouns in Spanish that end in ma are masculine for whatever reason. Anyway, I'm going to change the los programas to los, and I'm going to put it in front of my verb, which is mire. So my new sentence will be los mire ayer. And finally, number 8. 8 is estoy mandando las cartas. So I'm sending the letters. What's being sent? The letters. So I'm going to change the word the letters to the word them. So it's going to change to las. Now, when I have 2 verbs like this in a sentence, I have 2 different options. The easier option is to always put it in front of the conjugative verb. So my new sentence could be las estoy mandando. Simple enough. Your other option is you can attach it to that gerund, to the progressive form of mandando, and your new sentence would be estoy mandándolas. The problem here with that is when you do that, you'll notice that I have an accent mark over that A right there, mandándolas. And that's because it's on the 3rd syllable back from the end. That's where the stress lies. If you want some more direction on, or instruction on accent marks, this right here is a link in the document. You can click on that and I got a video teaching about accent marks in Spanish. So check that out if you want to learn a little bit more. So that's kind of the idea of direct object pronouns, finding the noun that's directly receiving the action of the verb, changing it to me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, or las, and then putting it in front of the conjugated verb. If you want to stick around, I'm going to start doing the practice activity now. Okay, so the practice activity here, we have 5 sentences, and what I want you to do is look at the sentences, find the direct object noun, what is directly receiving the action of the verb, change it to one of the 8 different direct object pronouns I showed you, and then rewrite the sentence. Notice that number 4, there are 2 possible ways that you can write that one. So if you want to take a second, pause the video, try the activity, and then I'm going to start giving the answers in just a second. So here come the answers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and handwrite these answers out for you. So the first one, so just kind of so you can see my thought process. So the first sentence is, I use the computer. So what's receiving the action of the verb? The computer, it's being used. So I'm going to change it to the direct object pronoun la, and I'm going to stick it right over here in front of the uso. So yo la uso will be my new sentence. I use it. Number 2 says, she sees, and then a nosotros, so I want to say she sees us. So I'm going to change this to the direct object pronoun nos, and I'm going to stick it over here. So my new sentence will be, ella nos ve, she sees us. Number 3, número 3, we watch or look at you. A ti is you. So I'm going to change it to the direct object pronoun, te, and I'll put it in front of my conjugated verb, which is miramos. So nosotros te miramos is my new sentence. Okay, number 4, we'll do number 4 last. Number 5, you always send the letters. The letters are being sent. That's my direct object noun. I'm going to change it to the word them. The word them is either los or los. They're feminine, so it'll be los. I'm going to move it right in front of the verb. So tú siempre las envías. Okay, so we have 2 possibilities for the last one, number 4. Okay, so I'll go ahead and write my first option right about here. So it says they are writing the essays. What's being written? The essays. So I'm going to change that to the word them, which is going to be los or los. Essays are masculine, so it'll be los. First option is always to put it in front of the conjugated verb. So that would be ellos, los, están escribiendo. Okay, and then the other option is to attach it to that escribiendo. So that would look like this. Ellos están escribiendo los. Okay, now when I do that, I have to put an accent mark because the stress of that word falls on the 3rd or more syllable back, which is going to be over that E right there. So those are the answers. And again, the answers are typed on that handout if you want to have them in front of you. That's it for this video. If you guys have questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Hola, buenos dias. So for this video, I'm going to try and make it quick. We're going to look at direct object pronouns in Spanish and how they work. And then if you want to stick around, I'll give you a practice to